Hello everybody, happy Valentine's Day. It's Mike, and I guess I got all of that stuff out of the kitchen because Christy got me a I Love Trains Valentine's Day shirt, so she's not too salty about having all my MTH Premier stuff up here as we reorganize the train room. So today on Valentine's Day, I'm going to take you on a tour of all the work I've been doing the past couple weeks, from the organization of the train room to several key upgrades to the train room that make building the layout and working on trains and organization so much better. I'm glad I took the time out to reorganize the train room, and we got this nice sign here so everyone knows where it is. So with that being said, let's go on an adventure, and I'll show you those updates, and I'll also show you a few things I've collected that were like most wanteds over the past couple weeks that I was able to score. And I mentioned some of them in other videos, so you might have an idea of what they could be. So with no further ado, let's go down and check it out. All right. So let's open the door here. First, you'll notice we did some upgraded lighting here. And as we head down, you probably never even noticed a lot of my pictures on the wall before because it's always so dark in here. It's one of my favorite pictures right there, the Cheyenne Crossing. So let's head down. We added 5 more shelves. So the articulated locomotive collection is mainly on the wall. There's a few scattered throughout on other shelves. So you can see that. Then I took down the plexiglass shelves that used to be right here and added in, put my cabinet back and added in a tribute or memorial to the military and, you know, those who served. It makes us able to have these trains and enjoy them because they fought for our country in the past, right? And now we're able to continue our traditions of model trains. I've always been a huge nose art and B-17 bomber, any World War II plane fan. And so I added in some of the Menards nose art box cars that I just had stored. And I picked these signs up a little over a year ago and thought it'd be a good way to display my turbine. And you can see I have some other celebratory type things. I mean, that 2-10-10-2 isn't really, but it has some of the Buy More War Bonds cars with it, so we're cool. All right, so next thing that I did was, you notice, I've got a lot of my New York Central engines on these shelves now, and there isn't really any rolling stock. So got almost all of my scale engines on shelves, no semi-scale except for that one Union Pacific big boy down there at the bottom. So New York Central's there, Pennsylvania, Santa Fe still remains all over there. And then on this shelf, I still have a lot of UP and Southern Pacific. Then if we go down here and look at some updates, 2 cool features that I added in the reorg is, one, a handy dandy retractable extension cord. So when I'm working around the layout, this reaches totally around the layout. It's 25 feet. So I can either pass through, I can go all the way around, or I can drag it into the other room if I'm working on a project in the other room where I've put a workstation as well. So next update, which I totally love, is I took the cabinets out of this area, and this is now my workstation. And there's one of my most wanteds right there that I was able to find in the past 2 weeks, the MTH Virginian triplex with PS2 3-volt board. Runs beautifully. And so I have, you know, my magnifier here. I have all my tools, which just makes it so easy to work on trains. No more searching, trying to remember where I left tools when I'm working on something. All my, you know, tune-up stuff, lubricants. Then, you know, this drawer is, you know, this is a bunch of parts like traction tires and things like that. So put in some bins to keep things organized, which worked out great. We have lights just everywhere. So I put in lights under here, you know, on and off, and they're magnetic. So they just stick to the, metal shelf brackets. So that turns out really cool. I really like that. We have this bright LED light up here. Then where did I do with all those slot cars? So now all of the slot cars that are loose and don't have boxes are now stored in all of these drawers. So all 6 of these drawers, and this is my favorite drawer, has the golf cars in it. So all 6 of these drawers are the 132 slot cars. Now we just need to build a track. So, all right. So there's the slot cars. Then another cool feature I added. We have a fireplace. So, you know, to keep Christy happy, I turn on a vent down here when I'm running trains with smoke, and it often sucks the warmth out of the basement because usually it's a pretty steady 68 degrees down here all the time. But when I turn on the vent that vents the smoke out of the house from down here, so it doesn't go up into the upstairs, it starts to drop in temperature. So I was like, how can I fix that? So I decided I'll get a fireplace. And Christy makes fun of me now because she's like, are you planning on moving down there? And I know I'm in trouble because she's been down here more times the past 2 weeks because she likes it down here now because it's all cleaned up and looking better, organized. So she's like, do you spend all your time down here now avoiding me? I'm like, nope, I just love it down here. So nothing has really changed with the layout. I mean, I've run a few trains on it, but mainly have been organizing. So one of my favorite things I thought of, you know, this was a shelf I used to take to train shows to display engines on, but I'm getting pretty low on things I'm going to sell, you know, because almost everything has a home now, which is one of my goals besides going down in the number of roads. So I added a piano hinge to this shelf, and ideally I'm going to put all my New York Central pacemaker cars on here eventually instead of engines, so this doesn't weigh as much, because all I have to do is undo this latch and then I can bring this shelf out here. And the reason I need to do that is because behind here is all my semi-scale Lionel and post-war celebration series stuff. So it makes it really, I love not having the shelf here because I could get in and out so easy. And I was like, how do I make it so I don't have to unscrew it to take it all the way out? And I just like got this latch, pull it down, move the shelf out, and I can get to the stuff behind there. And the piano hinge is strong enough to support, but I do want to make a little kickstand for when it's open, because, you know, you've got like a 5.5 foot shelf, 6 foot shelf hanging off. All right. So next, under here is pretty tidy. I redid all of the landscape stuff. So all my landscaping is in one area. I don't have to go hunting for it. So grasses, rock, paints, glues, adhesives, anything I need to landscape my layout and get it looking great. It's down there. Then this is all my MTH Premier sets all along this row here. So that worked out really good. Then if we go down into this room, I have this toolbox is now all N-Scale. There's nothing in this besides N-Scale trains. And then I have some of the N-Scale sets, like the Kato passenger sets. They are all, I won't pull that all out. Oh, I do have one drawer of my Woodland Scenics, all the electronic stuff, the expansion kits and all of that will go onto the layout. So this is N-Scale. This is the other cabinet that used to be out there, and this has all the stuff that was in the plexiglass cases for the most part. Then we have remotes everywhere, so we just grab a remote, we can turn stuff on. I have a staging area for opening up trains and boxing them back up. You can see I've boxed up a lot of stuff that you've seen on the layout for a long time. So some more of my acquisitions. First I want to give my friend Joe with JSG Trains. Joe and I met through this YouTube channel, and we've been friends ever since. And he sent me a care package the other day. I had given him, well, he had bought a Southern Pacific set and off of me, and some other things that were really cool. And I gave him a Station Sounds Diner for that Southern Pacific set. And, out of the blue, and this is a while ago, and out of the blue, we were talking about one of my favorite Halloween box cars and talking about Hot Wheels and stuff. And one of my Halloween box cars had derailed using the ZW275, burned up the board, and Lionel didn't make the board for it anymore. It's a Sounds car. So we were just talking about that, and Joe sent me the car. So thank you so much, Joe. You are a great friend, very thoughtful. And then he sent me a very cool Hot Wheels American Graffiti set. I love American Graffiti. My stepdad just went to see it. They had it in one of the theaters here over the holidays around his birthday. And I was just talking to him about that. And then lo and behold, I get an American Graffiti set. All right. So I did add another Nose Art boxcar. I did buy some of these USA made Lionel Wings of Angels cars. I've sort of got hooked on these. Right now, there's a few of them that are less than $70 on Amazon. And I picked up a few of those. Picked up that one. This one. This one, which, they have names. So I should call it, okay, I've got Jen. Right. And then Sarah. I love that one because it has the Flying Tigers emblem. And these are actually well done. They're not as much nose arty as the Menards. Because that really looks like sort of like the painting you would see on the front of a B-17 bomber. Where these are more like representing, Wings of Angels. So like more of a modern pinup style type deal. So those are cool. Then I did get, finally, the hardest, most wanteds to find. The entire Texas Special aluminum car set for my post-war celebration ABBA set. I have watched these things for years, and either they'll go up for sale and they sell before I can even figure out they were for sale, or I look at them in an auction and they bid up to an arm and a leg. And I was finally able to get the 4-pack, the 2-pack, a Station Sounds Diner, and then this is a Texas Special add-on, which I may not keep. This is the B unit, and this really belongs to the Neil Young Texas Special set, the one that was a box set that had post-war style looking shells, but legacy internals. And the aluminum cars are the same aluminum cars like these, but they're with windows and figures. They made a Pennsylvania set that way and a Texas Special set, MKT set. So, yes, I was super excited about this one. Then, I already have the Station Sounds Diner, so if anyone needs a Station Sounds Diner, I'll probably be putting my other one up for sale that I already collected. because that was all in a lot. So I couldn't really say I don't want one piece of it because I already have it. And the other thing that I'll share real quick is I did find this guy, the DD40 UP Dealer Appreciation MTH Premier 3-volt. It is gorgeous and it is huge. It's like a running 21-inch passenger car going around your, I think it's actually a few inches bigger than a 21-inch passenger car. So it is monster going around the layout. And I was fortunate enough to find this one and that MTH Premier Triplex Virginian. Brand new, never run. I just needed to put in BCRs and we were good to go. So I hope everyone has a great Valentine's Day. That is my update. And you're going to start seeing really fast progress on this layout. Here, I'm going to go ahead and continue to make it in O. I've been reinvigorated. I tell you what, organization is what I needed in my life because my obsessive compulsive or OCD personality in me, I mean, I'd get down here and it would be just a mess. Too much trains, too much stuff everywhere. So I'm glad I've sold off about 1/3 of my collection at this point because it just freed up so much space and allowed me to get really organized. So there is such thing as over collecting for sure. Especially when I started out more on the collecting side than the running because I was still running in scale when I decided to start buying some O scale. So I am really excited and reinvigorated to get back to work on my layout. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this installment of the channel. And we're at about 2,500 subscriber mark still. So if you like all kinds of crazy, you never know what you're going to see content from someone on a train channel or hobby channel, I should say, because you might see some slot cars, you might see some RC cars. You will see some trains, and it won't just be one scale of trains because we have all kinds of trains. So if you're into that type of thing and you're into seeing and sharing how you model on your layouts and how you build your layouts and your, whether it's Christmas, Halloween, primary, getting ready to start working probably in the spring on the G scale. If I go G scale, I've been thinking about going O since I only have a couple G scale things. So I might make an O scale outdoor layout. Who knows what I'll come up with. I'm crazy like that. So thank you again for checking out the channel. Thank you for all of you that are subscribers, and I will see you next time.